Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's story is all about my skin journey, and what a journey it has been. My skin problem started when I was about 15 years old. Sort of thought it would disappear as I went out of my teens, but it didn't. From then on I would give anything a go. I've tried it all, from Dermalogica to Bare Minerals to Freedom. Oh God, any product you see advertised on the internet I have tried, and none of it worked. I then went down the doctor route, who prescribed me a cream called Duac, which is like a topical cream. Apply it to your face every night. Did sort of have some effect, but really it stained all my towels, it stained all my bedding, you know, it was severe. My skin quite sensitive, and although there was improvement, once I stopped taking it, it would all come back. It wasn't obviously a long-term solution for me. So then I went on to antibiotics, which actually just made it 10 times worse. I didn't react well to that at all. I know it does work for some people, but it wasn't for me. And I eventually decided to suck it up, and I went back to the doctors, and they agreed to do a referral to the dermatology department to look at going on a course of Accutane, because I'd explained I'd tried everything and nothing would work. A couple of days after I'd had my appointment with the doctor, I got a letter to say, yeah, you can have an appointment, phone this number, blah, blah, blah. So I did, and the first appointment they could offer me was in like 6 months time, and I think I was at that point, I just wanted to sort it out. I'd had enough. You cannot underestimate the effect it has on you mentally if you've got problems with your skin. You cannot hide it from the world. You've got to go and face the world every day. You think everybody's staring at you. They probably aren't, but that's how it makes you feel. You know, I'd have days where I didn't want to go out. It was just awful. And my poor husband having to listen to me and watch the tears shed over the years, and you know, it must have been horrible for him to live with me some days, because it used to make me so sad. And so he said, look, just go private. So that's what I did. I thought, we'll suck it up and you know, fork out the cost for the treatment. She wanted to put me on Accutane, so I of course did my research, because it's not something to be taken lightly. You know, it's a really harsh medication. The side effects are quite severe, but like I said, I did my research, watched lots of YouTube videos about it, and read things on the internet, and thought, right, this is the way we're going to go. I of course had to have blood tests, because it really does affect your liver. Pregnancy tests you have to have every month, because you cannot get pregnant on Accutane, because the baby can have like deformities and things, I think. And so did all that, got my first prescription, which, little tip for you there, if you are funding it yourself, is to phone around the different pharmacies, because they charge different things for the same medication. So one was like £30 and another one was like 55. So I mean, if you're funding it yourself, it makes a big difference. Obviously you have to factor in, you know, the cost of doing it privately. I was fortunate that my local doctors did my blood test for me. The lady let me take a pregnancy test with me instead of them having to do it. But you do have to factor in the dermatologist appointment, which can be, you know, upwards of £100 a time. Luckily, after 2 months of treatment, the NHS took over. My referral came through, and you know, they took over, and I finished the treatment on the NHS. But with the dermatologist, the private lady, she started me off on, I think it was 30 milligrams a day, and it took about a week for the first side effect to kick in. And the first side effect that I had was dry, cracked lips. That was the first one to hit me, and I totally underestimated just how dry and cracked they could get. I had to like really be careful not to yawn too widely. It sounds ridiculous, but it's true. Another side effect that came really early on was itchy scalp, because obviously the purpose of Accutane is it's trying to normalise the sebum in your body, so that it stops sort of what's blocking your follicles and causing the spots. So the tablets sort of dry you from the inside out. So when I say dry you from the inside out, I mean obviously lips, skin, scalp, bones. Your joints get dry. My joints were like joints of a 90-year-old, and the first bit that sort of bothered me in the first week was the itching of the scalp and my forehead. I literally wanted to like rip it off. It was so dry. Luckily that passed within the first week, but everything else continued. So dry lips, dry skin, the bone ache. It really was horrendous. The bits that were affected most for me were my hips and the backs of, sort of like the backs of my ankles. So if I'd been sat for a while, man did I know about it. Getting up, it just hurt like crazy. But it's all stuff that you can get through, you know, for the end result that you want. Of course, there's the purging stage. You're dehydrated as well. It's all manner of things. I really suggest you do research before you embark on a treatment of this, if that's what you're looking to do. But for me, the results have been fantastic. So what I thought I'd do is talk you through a few of the products that I used that helped me out, because when I was researching, you know, going on Accutane and watching videos and reading blogs and things, the products that everyone used seemed so expensive, and I was funding it myself at the start, don't forget. So I didn't have £50–60 for a fancy face cream. I needed to look for the budget options. So all the things that I've got, I think pretty much were under £10 each. So I mean, you can't really moan at that. And some of them I still use now and I've carried on with. So we'll start off with what was my saviour for my lips. So I'm sure you all have probably heard of this if you've done any research on Accutane. And this is the Aquaphor Soothing Skin Balm. So it says it's for dry or even cracked skin. You can put it anywhere. I just really used it on my lips, or if the skin around my nose got really dry, and it would clear that up. I probably had to put this on about every 10 to 15 minutes, but it worked. They didn't bleed or crack. They didn't crack at the sides or anything like that. And I probably got through about a tube of this a month, but it really is a lifesaver. So I would have one in every handbag, in my car, on the side of my bed. It would be, these tubes would come everywhere with me. Even the kids knew, like if we were going out, they'd grab it and be like, don't forget this. I'd be like, thank you. So I really, really recommend that. Vaseline and other lip balm, any fancy other lip balms, they just didn't cut it for me. That was the only one that I found that worked. So I really recommend that. In terms of products that I used on my face, so not wearing makeup wasn't an option for me. I had to wear makeup, but what I did find is that most of the foundations I was using before would congeal on my nose because it was dry, or sit in blotches, and it just didn't work. So the only two things that I found that I could wear on my skin to help hide what was going on underneath, you know, especially when I was purging and these spots were like mountain craters on my face, I just kept the faith that it was bringing it all out, because I think that's the point of it. It sort of forces everything out. I would use the NARS tinted moisturiser, and that I found was absolutely fine and wouldn't separate on my face. And also NARS Sheer Glow foundation, if you wanted something a bit heavier than a tinted moisturiser. That too, you know, worked perfectly. Would go on top of all the products I'm about to talk about absolutely fine. So those are two I definitely recommend. But to take my makeup off, I would use the Garnier Micellar Water. Just put it on a cotton pad and run that over my face just to get rid of, you know, the majority of the makeup. That's the sense. It says it's even for sensitive skin, so I didn't find that sort of irritated my skin at all. But then I would follow it up with this. Now these are so affordable. You can buy in Boots, Superdrug, even Amazon, if I was struggling at last minute and I'd run out. This is the Gentle Skin Cleanser for dry, sensitive skin. Non-comedogenic, I never say that word, comedogenic, fragrance-free, soap-free, no horrible smell to it. It's very bland, but it does the job. It cleans your skin, doesn't leave it irritated, and I'd use this morning and night. Really recommend that one. And they always have offers on the Cetaphil as well, so if you want to buy a few products, it's worthwhile clumping them together. And then for the morning, I would use the Cetaphil Daily Defense Moisturiser, and this is SPF 50. You must wear sun cream on your face, because, well, your whole body really, because your skin is so sensitive to sunlight, so you really need to take precautions on that. This one I found a really good one. Makeup would go on fine on top of that, and yeah, I really recommend that, and I still use it now. Another one, if you just want one that's SPF on its own, is the Avene one. That's factor 50 as well. Again, I still use this now, and makeup goes on absolutely fine on top of that. I tend to wait for this one to be on offer, because full price I think it's about 15, but you can get them, you know, when it's money off, or buy one get one half price or something like that. When I put my makeup on, the most refreshing thing I found was to douse my face in this. It sort of sets your makeup, but also provides a really hydrating feel to your skin. It would be soothing and calming, and I really love these. I used it before, but I never realised what a hidden gem it would be on this treatment. Obviously still use it now. And it's just so refreshing. You know, at any point in the day you could just, if you're feeling a bit, you know, dehydrated or whatever. So really recommend that. And again, I get mine off, I think, Beauty Bay, and the small one I think is only about £7, but you can buy a big one for like 11 or something. At night time I would use the Cetaphil Rich Night Cream. That's this one. I would slather my face in this, and I did find that this used to keep my dry skin at bay on my face. Yeah, it says it's rich, you know, on the rich, it's got a little scale, light and rich, and it's on the rich scale, and that really was a nice product, and again, so affordable. And then the last product that I used was the Aveeno. This is just the shea butter one, and I used this on my body for any dry patches that I got on my body, and that kept those at bay. And yeah, that's basically all the products that I used. I'm really pleased with the outcome of it. I haven't had any spots since I came off it. All the side effects have now gone, thank God. And unfortunately the only one that has gone that I miss, which I never thought I'd say I'd miss any of the side effects, but is washing my hair. I now am back to normal. And yeah, I have to wash my hair more often, which is annoying because I'm a lazy hair washer. That's why I kind of, you know, dry shampoo and mum bun half the time. It's only down today because I've had it caught. But yeah, I'm so happy with the outcome. It was the best decision that I made. Obviously I am no skin expert by any means. This is just my journey, so you'd need to talk anything through with a dermatologist if you were thinking about it. It's not something that you can you know, buy in a shop. You have to go through all the correct channels to get on this treatment because it is so sort of intense and severe. So talk to your dermatologist about anything. I mean, if you've got any questions for me, then pop them in the comment box and I'll try my best to answer them. But I will insert some before and after pictures, just so you can see sort of what my results were, what it was like before and what it's like now. But I am so pleased with it, the confidence that it's given me. I mean, I think that's probably why I'm here on YouTube now, because I was too frightened before, because people can be mean, you know, and I just didn't have the confidence if anyone was going to say anything bad against, you know, my face or my skin or whatever. So now I feel, you know, a lot lighter in life, and I don't have those days of being, you know, oh, I don't want to go out, I just want to stay at home and cry about how bad my skin is. You know, life is good, and I'm so glad I took the decision to go on the Accutane, and I hope if you're looking at this that it works for you too. But if you like the video, please give it a big thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel, and I'll leave you with the before and after pictures. Okay, bye.